here real quick. I got this hoodie on because it's kind of breezy out here, but I ain't got to wear my jacket finally. So I got this hoodie on just so I don't get sick, you know what I mean? Man, listen, so oh man, I'm gonna give it a few seconds, let a couple people get in here first. You know what I'm saying? Give it a few seconds. You know. I'm gonna start using my app because I pay for it and start doing the broadcast on there on this channel. Oh, and everybody that's over at the other channel, we still will be rocking with that channel. I'm putting some shit together for that, so you will still be getting content over there, and I just want to let everybody know that. So that other channel, if you're subscribed to that other channel, you'll still be getting content over there. I guarantee you after today. So I want to talk about Joe Budden real quick and his whole Rory and Maul getting fired. Like I watched Joe Budden's podcast a lot. There's a lot of similarities between me and Joe Budden too, ironically. But I watch Joe Budden's podcast. I do. I'm a fan of Joe Budden. I'm cool with Joe Budden. I never met Joe Budden, but I'm cool with Joe Budden nevertheless. He fired Rory and Maul, which are the co-hosts of the show, right? And I just say it was about fucking time. Everything he said was right. Rory was a typical like white dude, and like he thought he ran the show, and Joe had to put him in his place. This is not your show. This is not the reason they come here to watch. That nobody is coming to watch the Rory show. People are coming to watch the Joe Budden podcast, and I know that sounds like a diss, but it's not. I'm thinking about this on my birthday night because I'm thinking about it like this. I'm like, yo, these guys are really going at it. Like the way I listened to the audio finally, and I was just like, wow, thank you very much, Patrice Gardner. I looked at it, I was like, wow, that's crazy. Now on to my birthday, and then I'll get on to the rest of the jiggadry that's out and going on my birthday. I will definitely be spending my birthday by myself, but I had something wonderful happen today for me. I went through some more paperwork or whatever for my next stage and get into my permanent place, which, as I mentioned, I will have no furniture, no bed, and no nothing, but son of a bitch is mine. You know what I'm saying? So fuck it. And I'm very excited about that. I had to do a whole Zoom meeting about that today, and it lasted for about an hour and a half, but it was worth it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we on the up and up. So I'm thankful for that. I seen a couple people in the comments right there. Ain't you happy for having it? Yeah, I'm happy for having that, but you know what I'm saying? Other shit come up, like, and I'm stagnated right now because, you know what I mean? Like a couple of things or whatever, but I'd rather be stagnated and be able to come and go as I want to other than anything. Addressing something real quick. Last night there was a fire. I just want to throw that in there. It was a fire at Target when I went there, and I just want to let you guys know I actually went back today. I didn't get as much of the shit as I had because being that the people had to come back in there, I guess, and inspect the store, they didn't get to reload and shelf stuff as quick as they wanted to. But I still went back. You know what I mean? I gotta be some what's the name and shit like that or whatever. There's things I needed, milk, bananas, all that. There's some more stuff on the bottom of there. Y'all just can't see it, but if I move this, you can kind of see it. There's more stuff up under here. You know what I mean? But that's what I do with my money. You know what I'm saying? Just try to feed myself and shit like that. And travel always comes up because I got to go back and forth to NY all the time. But, you know what I'm saying, for something or another. If I'm not picking up paperwork or whatever, there's general needs and shit like that. So I ain't gonna be doing much for my motherfucking birthday. That's for damn sure. You know what I'm saying? So I'll probably just, sit down, sit it back or whatever. The only thing that sucks is, see, I was born on May 14th, right? And my birthday, I was born on Mother's Day, which was a Sunday. That year was the 14th. So every 7 years in retrograde, my birthday is on Mother's Day. Every 7 years. So, but yeah, I was born on Mother's Day. So, but the date changes, but the date doesn't change, if y'all don't get what I'm saying. So every 7 years it revolves back to Mother's Day, the day that I was actually born. It's a beautiful thing, man. It's a beautiful thing. I'm happy for that. I'm happy to be in the city that I love to be in, that I want to be in, that I like, that I see so much great potential here. May the 11th, my mother is April the 17th. She's an Aries. We do not like each other. She's a goddess of war. I love my mother. I don't mean it like that, but she's a goddess of war. Yeah, that's what they are. The goddesses of war. So yeah, man, it's crazy shit, but that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, do I feel different? Yeah, I do. I do. I feel very different. I feel very relieved or whatever. I still got a whole bunch of challenges in front of me or whatever. Within that Zoom meeting thing, one of the things that came up was my resume, and I was like, yo, I already got my resume. So she took a look at that. She's going to help me fix that or whatever. So give me the gear for that or whatever. But even if I got a job immediately or whatever, I still need certain shit. Like I need TV, all kinds of shit. And I'm thinking about that. And I'm going to get that. This was a headache, man. I will never go through this again, ever. This whole homeless shit and all that shit. I'll never go through that again, ever. And I'm not embarrassed by it. I documented it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? It's a true story. It's a real story. Niggas out here frauding. I don't fraud, you know what I'm saying? Like, I come from a caliber of dudes when I was in the street before I got with Bad Boy Entertainment that just don't promote that type of fraud and shit. Like, we never did that. Like, nah, G, we really do that. Like, that's the kind of dudes I came up behind, you know what I'm saying? And, like, facts will show that. Like, history will show that. I've always come up around men that take accountability for what they're saying, what they're doing, you know, how they're moving and everything else. So, and it never to insult anybody potentially or on purpose, you know. So that's why I take a big thing for what's the name talking, you know, about honesty and sharing, being open, you know. I show y'all what I buy with my money, you know what I'm saying? I don't get no fucking food stamps, none of that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? And I gotta have a permanent address to get that shit, so if anybody's asking. But I don't want that shit. I don't want to be too embedded in that system. You never want to be too embedded in that type of system. Trust me on that. Trust me on that. If I was Jewish, the Jews would come help me, you know? Hey, what's going on, Chanel? Yeah, so I'm just enjoying the feeling of that, you know what I mean? Having some keys again feels good. You know, other numerous things feel good. But that's what I'm looking for right now, my key. I know y'all looking at me like, what that nigga doing? No, I'm looking for my key. It's here. Yep, right behind me. Look around and do that. Yeah, just like 3 doors I gotta go in. It ain't just like one door, it's like 3 doors I gotta go in. Like, you know what I'm saying? A tap buzzer, then it's another door, then it's another door, then it's my door. So I gotta go through 3 doors. But I like that though, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody just bumping into motherfuckers, right? You know, so they keep you safe out here. This is white country. White folks keep you safe. You know what I'm saying? Went over there to Sweet Monroe's channel real quick, just to dip in. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to see you a little something for your birthday. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, and anybody else, if you want to donate or anything else, man, it's $STRINGERBELL 80. But yes, tomorrow, in fact, it's my birthday. I'm going to pull out my fucking wallet in a minute because I know it'll be some goofy on here. And shout out to Kimberly James that came on my page earlier today. That was the funniest shit ever. I ate her alive. Yo, so this asked you, can you repeat it? Yeah, sure. $STRINGERBELL 80. It's Stringer Bell 80. Just like Stringer Bell on the wire. STRINGERBELL 80. And before anybody try to crack a joke at both of my teeth in the back removed, the reason they're removed because I have a profound jaw. Okay? I'm not missing these. They're not missing on purpose. They were removed. Hey? Right there. They were removed. You know what I mean? So that means the root is gone, everything. There's no root sitting there, nothing like that. It's just bare fucking gum. And the reason they were removed is because as I got older, I never had those 2 molars removed when I was younger, and they were affecting the way that I was chewing. And also because I have a profound jaw from genetics, whatever. My chin protrudes from my mouth a little bit. You know what I mean? So with those 2 incisors back there, it was making me grind against my back teeth. And what have happened was I could have lost all 4 or maybe possibly even more. So it was just a good idea to remove them. I did that when I went to go get some dental work before. You know what I mean? Thank you, Haiti. I appreciate it very much. Thank you. Yeah, man. So, you know, Yeah, it ain't big count, man. That's why I be showing people what I be doing with my money. I be going about food, getting on train go. I got cold shit like that. Like I ain't fucking around buying no new gear, none of that shit. I know y'all see me smoke a cigarette or two or whatever. I smoke cheap ass cigarettes. Like my cigarettes cost like, I don't know, those motherfuckers last me like a couple of days. So that's light work, you know what I mean? Like, who can expect me not to smoke? I had rats in the room with me for a minute. You don't think I'm gonna smoke a cigarette? Shit, I know motherfuckers be smoking worse if it was them, you know? And I went to go get the rat traps, you know? I went through a whole bunch of shit. People don't know what I'm talking about. The homeless people, they had me staying in this hotel. It was a very bad hotel, like wires hanging off the wall and shit. It's on this page. Y'all hit them thumbs up too while y'all in here, man. I appreciate that. Hit them thumbs up, let people know, you know what I'm saying, they can find me. Yo, word of mother, like that was the worst experience ever. You know what I'm saying? Like there was one time that I was going to stay with a friend, and they got fucked up because the family members came to stay with them. This is just like within the past 2 years. I don't give a fuck. And so I freaking ended up having to crash on the train. So I know what that's like. That's why I don't make fun of them dudes when they do that. I had my bag with me. I set the bag down, put the bag as a pillow almost. You know what I'm saying? I took the a hoodie out, and I like leveraged that between the bag and the hoodie so my neck wouldn't be killing too much. And I camped out. I had to do what I had to do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't had no hotel money. You know what I'm saying? None of that was going. The person, they just couldn't hold me up for a night or two. So I had to do that for like 2 nights. You know what I'm saying? One thing I will say, that person allowed me to come over there during the daytime. They say, oh, everybody go on, come take a shower, do what you gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Get some food and you know what I mean? And then it was right back to that. But I want to say shout out to that person. I always have like women, I don't know what the fuck it is. I always have women look out for me. And fellas too. My man Thomas, I made a whole thing for him. But there's always women that, I don't know, some chicks just understand my story or some shit. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? My story real. Like, I'm not trying to be no vagabond or nothing like that. I ain't trying to be none of that shit. And like, I've got videos of the people that I work with these homeless services people. And it's amazing because they all say the same thing. Yo, you do everything you're supposed to do and beyond that. You know what I'm saying? Because there was a little hiccup for me one day. But I had to call the governor's office like, yo, listen, I'm not going to my fucking home. I just started moving us out of the hotels. They were staying in a hotel previously because of COVID. So they had us all lodged in hotels. I was like, I'm not, you know, so they started taking everybody out, you know? Hey, what's going on in that? Hey. Thank you. So it was crazy, man. So, you know, after all that said and done, God is good, honey, we'll go through. Yeah, we did. I'm just glad I'm fucking out of it, you know what I'm saying? Or at least going out of it. Like, you know, today I went and bought because it was on sale. This shit right here. I told y'all this more in this bag than it looks. But hold on, let me pull this out. Because this shit was on sale for $3.99. I don't know why it was on sale for $3.99. I'm looking at them kind of sus. But I always wanted to try this shit. Hold on 1 second. I'm like a health food nut. I really am. Like, that's why I always talk about Trader Joe's and shit like that. But this was on sale for $3.99. And this is like grass-fed. Oh, I got it upside down. Grass-fed beef. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. But this is like grass-fed beef. And so I wanted to try it out because I'd never tasted this before. So it's 100% grass-fed beef, and it's from some secondary company. That's probably why it was like the price it was or whatever, but I still want to try it out. I said I want to make some spaghetti out of it because I was going to get some meatballs, but the meatballs were pork. I don't fuck with no pork meatballs. You're going to be like this all night long. You know what I mean? Rocking with it. So, you know, I ain't want to do that. Next thing I want to talk about was old Sweets Monroe. Hey, Sweets. Hey, girl. You make me feel mighty real. Patrice said, you've been real from day one. You haven't done any interviews, any nothing. So many other people speaking out on Diddy and Bad Boy Entertainment says, but thank you, Patrice. Thank you. God damn it. Somebody see me for who I am. She said, you've been real from day one. You haven't done any interviews or anything. And hell no, it ain't gonna do no interviews either. I don't want to talk to you motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? For real. Talk to y'all for what? There's only one, maybe 2 people I would possibly talk to because I know they wouldn't be dumb enough to take the conversation somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying? But for the most part, nah. That's a 98.9% affirmative. Nah, I'm not fucking with doing interviews because you get them niggas popping off of that. Why I need to get y'all niggas popping? I can tell my own story, get me popping. I'm the talent. You know what I'm saying? I worked with talent for 17 years. I know who the talent is. I know who the talent is, even looking at some of these YouTube personalities. That's why I was talking about Sweets Monroe right now. Now, Sweets, I don't know where you get that fast talk, Sunday church choir voice, ass choir director ass, half a gay voice you be throwing on, but bro, that shit is fucking freaky. And he was like, I was watching this podcast, like he was talking about Tiny and T.I. He just, like, he be acting like he was there and shit. He said, I guess tonight he had something about Tiny and T.I. supplied these girls with drugs. And I'm like, yo, well, who the fuck this nigga work for? The FBI? Like, who the fuck is this nigga working for? This motherfucker is white supremacy. How come you ain't talking about Joel Epstein and none of them motherfuckers? How come you ain't talking about giving us no updates on Harvey Weinstein, who did much worse? You know what I'm saying? Harvey was out there and the other one taking young girls. You know what I'm saying? If it had been up to us, we wouldn't even took him to jail. Jail? What is this jail you speak of? That nigga in the river. He fucked with my man's daughter. Got your motherfucking mind? Y'all be giving them motherfuckers passes or acting like it don't happen, or these motherfuckers that shoot up grocery stores and shit. Society want to give them a pass and act like it don't happen and don't tarnish the reputation of those involved, which are a lot of times white men, older white men at that. Older white men and baby young white men that can't control their tempers. That's what I need Sweets Monroe on. I need you on that, Sweets. You might as well turn your name to Sweets because everybody see what it is. That's your crowd. Fuck with them. You understand what I'm saying? I like the LB. Let me keep y'all buck. I have friends. One of my friends right now, that I'm not gonna say his name, but he's dying of colon cancer. He's part of that community. You know what I'm saying? And I've known him since I was a kid. You think I'm gonna stop being his fucking friend because he's gay? No, that's my motherfucking man's. You know what I'm saying? Now, as a result of that, I picked up a tone where if you're not abruptly coming on to me or something like that or some shit like that, because I had that happen. I've had dudes walk by me and say some crazy shit in New York after 2 o'clock in the morning and they drunk. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. It happens. You can't fight the whole fucking city, But some gay men say some very nasty, devious fucking shit, and it make you think, motherfucker, is that all you into is sex? What the fuck else on your mind? You know what I'm saying? So you have to watch some of them because I truly believe between, the picking of what gender they want to be or things like that, what comes along with that is a lot of judgment from outside entities. People that may not necessarily agree with their lifestyle, things like that or whatever. And to a certain point, I don't agree with it being integrated with children and so pushed on children. The reason I say that is I don't think you should normalize that with children so much because of pure simple fact what it does is, to me, I personally say this, I think it subjects kids to other things possibly happen to them because there's pedophilia, incest within the family and things like that or whatever, what you start saying at a young age, this is okay. You got to watch what you say publicly is okay to so many people. There was a time when you would say shit is okay in private. And I think they need to go back to that ideology. The internet has made everything out there because of accessibility, And as we make ourselves accessible, I'm making myself accessible right now at this moment. As we make ourselves accessible, let me turn down this brightness a little bit so I can rock with y'all a little bit longer. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Because if I don't turn this brightness down, my battery will be gone. Let me turn this down. Let me close this. Let me close a couple things up here. All right, I'm back. As accessibility becomes more and more profound in society, what happens is people want their diligence and they want their dose quicker and quicker and quicker and heavier doses. So these motherfuckers are actually demanding that you provide them more for free. Motherfucker, I ain't high yet. I need more. For free. Create something. I command it. That type of attitude. Narcissism. And within that, you got a whole bunch of tribes within these different people. Like I got my tribe here, 6,300 and something of you. I don't know where all y'all motherfuckers be. I got to catch all y'all one good day. You know? I got to catch y'all all in one day. But I got something planned that I'm going to do tonight. And I'm going to hope that y'all will utilize it and buy it or whatever. I'm going to promote the hell out of it a couple of days or whatever. But I mentioned about putting out a song or whatever, and I think it's the time to do that again and just bring the wave back. And I can do it because I was ahead of time. I was ahead of my time. When I made the song, I was ahead of my time. And people told me that. So right now is the right time for it. We need a different sound out here. Hopefully I can add something to it. And I'll follow it up just with my R&B shit that I do now, you know. But I'll tell you guys this, man. I'll tell you guys this. Sweets, you gotta watch who you talking about, man. You know how many motherfucking guns T.I. got caught with, never. You remember that? That motherfucker he had Bosnia in his fucking garage. Oh my God. They had that shit laid out on the table, the FBI did. Y'all remember that shit? I remember that shit. We went to his motherfucking shit when he got released from jail down at, what was that shit, Compound down in Atlanta. We was there. We was there with Puff that night. That shit's crazy. Oh, man. Memories. You know, the thing about memories is, and I reflected back on my birthday, you could always create new memories. You know that? You can always create new memories, and that's what I plan on doing. And we got so much shit in the work, and so many of you guys here, I ain't brown nosing it, I'm telling the truth. So many of you guys here are so fucking supportive. Like, and leave comments and hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Please, guys, as you in here, hit that like button. It'll take a few minutes. You know, seconds. I said minutes. You know what I'm saying? Take your fucking few minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like Kimberly James. Let me talk about Kimberly James real quick, then we'll get back to Sweets Monroe, because there's a couple things I want to say about him. I want to completely insult him, even though I do want a boxing match with this nigga. Y'all think it'd be a good boxing match between me and Sweets Monroe? I mean, like real gloves. We can do it without gloves. I don't give a fuck. But you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You think that would be a good boxing match? Though, type in yes or no. I want to box Sweets Monroe. Can y'all put that out in the streets? I want to box him. Like for real, box him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Mano a mano in the fucking ring for like 2 minutes. I just want to knock him out for real. You know what I'm saying? Like for real. Because he's fat and he's slow. I know he's slow. That motherfucker, he work out like this. Hamburgers. I wish you would. Yo, put that out in the street, somebody. Tell Sweets Monroe I want a boxing match with him. You know what I'm saying? We put something up. You know what I'm saying? We'll figure out something. I want to box Sweets Monroe. There's some big ass mosquitoes out here in Connecticut. This mosquito looked like he was prehistoric. God damn. He was a fossil. Jesus Christ. Sweets Monroe and me boxing, that'd be fun. I don't know. I'm trying to make it fun. I don't want to do nothing to Sweets. You know what I'm saying? You make me feel mighty real. I can't do that octave in my voice, but that fucking dude Sylvester, that's who Sweets remind me of. Hey Sweets, hey girl. Starwood. I'm just having fucking fun, man. You know? But this kid, he talks too fucking much. Of that, you know, that fucking gossip and shit, man. Get the fuck out of here with that. Well, you work for the fucking police or something like that? You start to look like Vlad or one of them niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga's on there live talking about who did what, whatever. Now the discovering shit that he think put together. And then these motherfuckers go on the internet, they look at shit, they be like, aha, that's it. You know what I'm saying? How you know? Because Sweets Monroe said it. I think we got it, Captain. Ass motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? You don't go online and talk about no shit like that. Hey, you in Atlanta, ain't you? What if they have you hit up down there? What happens then? This dude is slow. If you're gonna talk about people, don't talk about people that live in your own fucking town, bro. That's the fucking stupid. And you got a face that stands out. You got a fucking heavy following. He's got more followers than I do, and I got a lot of fucking followers. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if he got as many views as I do, but I know he got more followers than I do, or if they ain't fake. You know what I'm saying? My views are real. Y'all saw my views. My views are generated in YouTube Studio. 10,000 off 1 million, you know? So I ain't got fun. I did it in a very short amount of time. It's and I appreciate all y'all donating or whatever. Yeah, sure, bitch. Anyway, you know what I mean? Some chick gonna come around and say some slick shit. Those 1 million views don't mean shit if you can't make them amass the dollar amount. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the biggest part right there. So we've amassed a lot of numbers. Sweet's amassed a lot of numbers. But what is he doing? You know? Gossiping about people and just saying what you want to say when you want to say it just because of what you want to say doesn't generally make you any type of article or fucking anything that has to do with morality. Mediocrity, maybe, but not morality. You understand? And so this mediocre ass motherfucker, as he's presenting himself right now, as many motherfucking mediocre motherfuckers that for some reason or another think they're at some point of decadence and superiority. And motherfucker, you a fucking assistant. I hate when I see motherfuckers walk past me in suits and shit like that. I'd be like, yo, do you got a stock portfolio? Because I do. You know what I'm saying? We used to hire guys that look like you. What's going on, Skippy? Motherfucker, get the fuck out of here. You rubbing quarters together to go to Trader Joe's. Get the fuck out of here. You can't fool me. I see these same motherfuckers that go through a hour and a half and sit in fucking Salvation Army and shit, looking for a Columbia or a Polo or something like that or whatever. And rock it, you know what I'm saying? But don't get, just like I said, that motherfucker with the Honda Accord. You know, the motherfucker get the brand new Honda Accord and want to stunt. Don't brag on it, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm depending on your pockets to look exactly how you presenting yourself. And if your I know rich niggas. I worked for rich motherfuckers for 17 years, actual multi-millionaires, been around the country with them, everything else. Everybody about me know that. So I ain't got a front, you know what I'm saying? Lambos, Bentleys, all that shit. I've been around all that shit. That shit, that little toys, the little boy shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't talk to me about that little boy shit. What your stock portfolio looking like, motherfucker, right now? You know what I'm saying? And what should I be investing in? What should I be invested in that you investing in? You know, let's talk that talk. If you ain't got that talk for me on long term, I don't want to hear that little scoopy ass shit. Oh, we went to go eat it. Oh, papa. You bitch. Guys, let me tell you something if you're here. Hit those like buttons for 1. 2, don't be afraid to call another guy a bitch. And don't be afraid to call a woman a bitch either. Because there's a lot of motherfuckers out here acting out of character and showing their motherfucking ass that's unnecessary. You don't have the right to say whatever the fuck you want to me, but you motherfucking the enemy that's over here that's plotting and say, it's a whole bunch, let me tell you, let's keep it a buck. There's a whole bunch of people here from other countries that's plotting and shit like that, right? And we all know it. We didn't caught some of them, right? So argue that shit with me. So with that being said, we're not saying it's in close totality of everybody in that populace, depending on what individual culture it may be. But a lot of people that's coming here as immigrants is coming here on some violent shit. Can we agree to that? Anybody that lives in Long Island, I'm pretty sure you'll have a hard time convincing them otherwise. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said and shit, I say this. Why is it, and it's been a long standing like this, why is it that white Americans are so friendly with immigrants? I know why. Because they need a new branch of help. And they've figured out a tricky way to do it, and the only way you're going to figure it out is if you have spent an ample amount of time with these motherfuckers. African Americans, for that multiple point, have. You know what I'm saying? So you know them like the back of your hand almost. You know what they will do. You know the little microaggressions when they do it, and all that bullshit or whatever. Not on the racist shit. This on some real shit. There are some white people that do that shit. There are some black people that do that shit. There are some Spanish people that do that shit too. And people are afraid to fucking talk about it and want to pretend, and that's what continues the fucking problem. What the fuck are we pretending for? Oh, I forgot. Libertarianism. Everybody want to be a fucking liberal now. You got to have a 2-party, if not 3-party system to share all the different beliefs and display them. If you don't, you have anarchy. Sooner or later. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. I come from a military family. Sooner or later, you have anarchy. You gotta have fucking rules. You know? Now, those rules shouldn't be severe. They shouldn't be extreme in any form or fashion. And we got documents and articles within the law, within the Bill of Rights and everything else to protect that. It's not the fucking point. The point is, it's some people that are saying shit that's so audacious, like Storm Monroe and others like him, that it's getting to the point that it's detrimental to the culture and society. I don't know if many of y'all can keep up with that or whether y'all want to hear that or not, but what I'm saying is him just sitting nearly talking about T.I. and Tiny could cause a bigger outlet. These bigger outlets watch you guys. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you got a lot of followers. These bigger networks watch you guys. So the way that segue works is he's sitting on there talking about something, and this has been proven before, and this even goes back to the hip-hop police, I used to call them, you know what I'm saying, that would comb through the lyrics of certain artists to find out what they were doing, like they did with Bobby Shmurda and them boys. You know what I mean? So I'll just say like this, man. If you sit around and you continuously have somebody discussing gossip versus something that's valid versus something that has some substance, sooner or later you start to run amok and people start to know you as just that, and they start to keep you as just that. Y'all have to understand that every white person you walk past, and trust me, I can tell you, I've been in so many different office buildings. The person you think is somebody ain't no fucking body. That motherfucker's a messenger. And I'll tell them straight to their fucking face, you a fucking messenger. And they get so offended by it. I've had it happen here in this town. You know what I'm saying? This kid, he wanted to get fucking small with me. I said, yo, what exactly is your position here? He said, I'm just a stalker. I said, well, if you're just a stalker, why are you talking to me like you're the fucking manager for a tough guy? You know, sometimes you have to be fucking like that. You have to have some fucking balls and bravado. If they want to fucking fight you, you know, fuck it. I'll do 3 months in jail, fucking prove my point. How about you? You know? So sometimes you have to do that. I mean, it could be worse that happens, you know? But I just don't like the fact that a lot of white Americans, the liberals specifically, as they facilitate the new immigrants that's coming in here into their new work structure, or who they want to be for the minimum wage jobs and the lower tier jobs as they eliminate them for native-born Americans. And some of them native-born Americans, fairly spoken enough, don't even want them fucking jobs. I get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have no business, in my opinion, being 35, 40 years old working in motherfucking McDonald's as a career. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, if that's all you've done all your fucking life to get to that point, you need to stop for a minute and be like, yo, I need to put all this shit down. I'm 40 now, let me go to college or something. You know what I'm saying? I shit can still work out. You know what I mean? But motherfuckers into this momentary dollar. Let me tell you about that momentary dollar shit, the momentary momentum shit. That shit don't last forever. And I proved that with myself. I told y'all when I first started doing this shit, if y'all remember, I said, this shit ain't gonna last for long, but I'm enjoying it right now. You know what I'm saying? I said, and that's why I prepared early, and a lot of people couldn't understand what I was doing. I said, I'm preparing early so I have more material. You know, the comedy, the little shorts, all that shit. Even when I was away, I didn't produce as much as I could because I was in a situation where I didn't have as much time. But I did put up material even when I couldn't go live for those whatever amount of days, to make sure that my crowd knew, hey, I'm coming back, I'm there, da-da-da, and I appreciate all y'all. Y'all was like, yo, we miss you and everything else. What am I missing here? People are saying stuff and I'm not even hearing it. My fault, y'all, my fault. Tasha K interviewed Kevin Samuels the other day. Oh, fuck, get the fuck out of here, Patrice. Don't play with mosquitoes, I ain't by trees. You will knock him out. Happy birthday. Thank you, Dom Chick. I saw Kevin Samuels interview too. It was actually pretty good, wasn't it? I have to check it out. Because Tasha K, I said that before about her. I said she's more than that. Dom Chick, I saw the whole different side of him. Patrice, me too, Queen. Good evening, Davin. Great video earlier. Thank you very much, Antone. Yeah, I gotta check that out. I didn't know she interviewed Kevin Samuels. That should be interesting. And she's another one, like I said, the branding that y'all were doing with this whole gossip and shit, this shit is done. Y'all gotta find a new switch. You understand? We all have to find a new switch. That's what keeps this shit interesting. As far as, like, you know, always being inventive and always being ready to reinvent yourself, you know? Thank you so much, Antone. Antone, I always keep saying your name wrong. Antone. I think I'm saying it right. Antone, thank you very much For real. And guys, if you want to donate or something like that, it's $STRINGERBELL80. One of y'all that know me, can y'all type that in there to the chat room so they know whatever. Y'all know how we do. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all too, for fucking real. And hit those like buttons, guys. If you come in here, hit them like buttons. That keeps me popping, keeps me moving. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to donate, but at least hit them like buttons. I want to know what comes out of, in the first time, and I don't know how long they said, but U.S. birth rates have declined by 40%. Okay, native-born U.S.-born dates. Stay with me here because y'all need to hear this. And I want y'all to look this up if you don't believe me. Thank you, Patrice. Patrice Gardner put it right there in her comment, and so did Annette Foster. Thank y'all. Make sure y'all donate to that because Antone. I know you were female. I can tell by you had Queen at the end of it. Even if you wasn't, it would have been all right. You know what I'm saying? Hey, girl. So that's cool, man. Thank you so much, too. Let me tell you guys something. The new immigrants that they have coming here are very different from the immigrant of 30, 40 years ago, and I can speak about this very vividly. They're very different people, very different intentions, very different goals. It doesn't matter what island they're from. It doesn't matter if they were from the United States and they were migrating to somewhere else. It's still the same thing. I remember quite vividly they caught a dude in Jersey over something he did to our boy up Big Poppy up in Boston there. I ain't gonna mention that too much because it ain't none of my business. But they did that in his homeland. They marked him. One of the things that I will say here is I think a lot of immigrant cultures don't see the trickery that's going on and it's been performed on them before. They just don't see it in the degree that it's in right now. They always come with a smile. That's how the Spaniards did what they did. And that's how the French did what they did. Now the English with us here did what they did. These are all European cultures. These are not indigenous Indian cultures. They don't speak indigenous Indian languages like Tainos or Arawak or anything else of the matter. These are Eastern Europeans, okay, for the majority base. And the Dutch, let's not forget the Dutch, who ironically enough not discovered, but took it from the English and made New York. New York is a Dutch colony, if you guys don't know that. It's a big statue right in front of Bryant Park there in Midtown Manhattan that commemorates the Dutch founders of New York City, if you want to take the expiration. It's sad. African Americans had a view and they see what a certain portion of liberal white Americans are trying to do to the immigration population that's coming here. We're not talking about Latinx, we're talking about the immigration population that's coming here. Those from Ecuador, those from Venezuela, those from the Dominican Republic, the new batch of immigrants. Not the immigrant that's been here like the Puerto Rican. Puerto Ricans, a lot of people will say they're immigrants, but they're not actually, because the Jones-Stafford Act, which is a maritime act, made it so they don't have to do immigration. They're now a territory. The Jones-Stafford Act was amended in, I believe, 1926, but it was first put into place as a maritime law in 1917. That's the Jones Act. You guys can look that up if you want to. It's originally called the Jones Act, and then another senator came in and amended it from Maine, which was Mr. Stafford, and they amended the law to open it up a little bit broader. But for a long point, they were using, basically Puerto Rico was a military station. You know what I mean? Pretty much. It was an island over there called Vieques that they were over there doing military testing on, and they finally had to call for the end of it. It was a terrible situation. But the immigrant that you had from 30 years ago, 40 years ago, is not the same immigrant as you have now. A lot of them come from violence. A lot of them are running away from violence. A lot of them come from severe poverty. And I think the part that a lot of people miss and what they miss is when they come over here and they start interacting with whites, they think that all whites are their friends. And as quickly as some of these whites will sit around you and talk about African Americans, they do the same thing with us about y'all. And I think that's the part y'all miss. As well as the Indian. I've been around white friends and they've talked about Indian people. I've been around white friends and they've talked about Chinese people. So I say, I know when I'm not in your complement, you talk about me too, just as well. And this is a reality that a lot of people don't come about. It's a play, really, to keep you subservient. You know, it's a very tricky old school play. And what most people will do is once you speak about it, they will try to pronounce you and try to make you think that it doesn't exist, but it very well exists. This is how they had the old economy of slavery going on in the first place. It's a trick and slip of the mind. You know, you give somebody crumbs and, you know, rags and tatters, you know, and that's how they motivate. You're not successful, my friend, whether you're black or Latino, if you live in the hood still, but you drive a $50,000 or $60,000 car. You are not successful because that's chump shit. I done had way more than that. that's chump shit. We sold $50,000 for fucking, I think, a month and a half one time. Yeah, of course, this was the late 90s and shit, so, you know. But, yeah, that's not no fucking money. $50,000. It changed your life. I mean, you can move out of state some fucking way. It'll be gone in probably like, I don't know, of course, of 4 or 5 months. $50,000. That's hilarious. But to some people, that's money, you know. So, you know. I know I sound arrogant sometimes. I work for a fucking record company, so a lot of people are like, well, you know, it's I'm back to you. But it's like, I get it, but I don't know. Stacks on that one, Dad. But thank you so much. I tell you this like this, man. It's the problem of once you get these two groups not intervening with each other, the ones that have been there for this long and know the history of this country, and you get the ones that come over and they learn the immediate history of what's going on and not really associated with anything else outside of themselves, which is a play of narcissism. And I understand the narcissism because it's warranted. I'll say it's warranted. But you have to remember, within that narcissism, you have to live in reality. And I don't care how many fucking motorcycle bikes you buy or how many new pair of sneakers you buy and all that little cute shit we do. That shit don't add up to fucking shit. And just like I said earlier, unless you got a stock portfolio as I do with a couple companies on it, you don't even deserve to be in a fucking conversation with me. If you ain't made over $100,000 in a fucking year, don't even start a fucking conversation with me about fucking money. I will embarrass you, and I can prove it. And other people will prove it for me, you know? And the proof's online, you know? Like, I ain't got to fucking front tell no lies here. You know, so that's just my reality of what I've been around, you know, and that's not for 1 year, 2 years, or whatever, or no, even on no drug dealing shit. This was my job. You understand what I'm saying? So that, like I said, and that was a job that I had from 1999 up until 2016. So that's 17 fucking years, you know, being through almost every artist you could think of from those 3 distributors. So I know fucking money. I got pictures of money and girls and, you know, the cars and all that little cute shit. That shit little boy shit, man. Don't nobody care about that shit. Motherfuckers laugh at you when you ride by with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Did you plan on getting back into the music industry? That is a great question. I am. I don't know if the same facility as I was before, but definitely, yeah. I've been talking to a lot of my friends that I knew outside of the record label that I worked at, and a few that are still there too. I can't go as far as to say that because I talked to 2 or 3 of them there, but I'm very involved with talking with people. I talk with Tabitha Duncan from Cut Close almost every freaking day. That was Keith Sweat's group. They won a couple Grammys, stuff like that. I talked to my friend Dale Harrison, who's a comedian, Corey Holcomb, a couple other people I reach out to and try to talk to and get the source of what's going on or whatever. But really, the music industry, that's always in me. I'm a composer as well as an artist. I tell you guys all the time, there's a whole set of videos of me and fucking Daddy's House Recording Studio at different sessions of mine. You'll hear the producers, you know, tell you who they recorded, from Shakira to Busta Rhymes to Pitbull, everybody you can think of, Young Thug, even Cardi. The guy that you'll see me win the video, his name is Flames Flow. He actually did Cardi's first couple albums. And the other girl that used to be with the short hair on Love and Hip Hop too, I forgot what her name was. She was kind of thick, brown-skinned girl. If any of y'all know her name, tag it in. But she was doing music for a minute too, and he did a couple. It was actually at, and that's where I met Math Hoffa. That's my man. Shout out to Math Hoffa. I met her at a listening session type thing that they had at Daddy's House Recording Studio. And if you slide down, just hit my name and then hit videos. If you slide down, that video is there, and I'll have the Revolt emblem on it and all that stuff or whatever, and I have Revolt in the background. And that was a great time right there to showcase some new artists or whatever. Right now, I'm into the singing. I ain't into the whole rap thing. I'm a little seasoned for rap, even though I do some rap music, some shit like that, but not really. In the past 2.5 years, I taught myself how to sing again. I used to sing when I was in church and shit like that as a kid. So, you know, and I've composed songs. I've written dozens of songs, if not thousands. So it was just a good transition. And I feel the R&B, trap R&B, whatever you want to call it, a little bit more than I feel like the old shit. Like, the rap stuff was good for that period, and I think it shined. And I think the track that I'm dropping soon here, which is a rap track, you guys will like it, because when I put it out before, it was popping. But we just didn't have that ammo to really push it. But since it was just a short amount of time ago, I mean, you know, DMX did it with Get At Me Dog, and Get At Me Dog was 5 years old when it dropped. I don't know if y'all know that. And so are a lot of other singles that y'all hear from Wayne and a lot of other people, you know. It's crazy. You should think about uploading some of those videos for your subscribers. That would be dope. They're already on the channel. That's what I'm telling you. Yeah, please put out your song. I'll support and purchase it for sure. Thank you, Dom Chick. I appreciate that. And guys, other than that, if you want to donate to me, it's $STRINGERBELL 80 Stringer Bell 80. So back to this whole thing where I was talking about with the whole thing about immigration, the current immigration, and the way the stage of it is right now, that I think a lot of the immigrant population that's coming here, they're looking at opportunity, but not looking at the broader picture of things. As you assimilate here, or become conformist here, remember that you're losing a bit of yourself. And as generation to generation goes on, you will become more and more and more American, whether you like it or not. And it will become a certain point, as it has with a lot of African Americans, a lot of other people that immigrated here, including Italian Americans, Irish Americans. You will since at some point forget your whole entire culture and rather assimilate, because you find that assimilation leads to opportunity for you. But in reality, you create your own fucking opportunity here. That's what's so fucking beautiful about this place. Create your own fucking opportunity. You understand? I remember when I first started doing music, I used to have probably like 7 or 8 guys laugh at me. But out of those 7 or 8 guys, it was 100 that loved me. So I knew, all right, I got something, right? So by a chance meeting, I ended up being on 42nd Street that day, and I ended up meeting my man Rome, who ends up working for one of the best record companies was out there, which was BDAY. Y'all know what I'm talking about because y'all on my channel. So that began my journey with that or whatever. Now I look back at them 7 guys, and I've seen probably 2 or 3 of them. They look fucking horrible. They look fucking horrible. Who gives a fuck about them? Fuck them, you know? Don't ever worry about these motherfuckers that are worried about being street for life. It's about the hood. You know what I'm saying, my nigga? Let me tell you something. Half of them motherfuckers wouldn't die for that block. They wouldn't. I seen the toughest of tough guys fucking run as soon as the police sirens start going on. Don't you try to fucking fool me. You want to jump in the face of your own people. You understand what I'm saying? But you won't jump in the face of one of these motherfuckers walking downtown or on 42nd Street with a briefcase or something. That's the real gangster. Yoke one of them niggas up. You understand what I'm saying? Doing something around your own people to show off or trying to impress us so you can have dominance over us, that's called being an oppressor. So you might as well put a hood over your head to join the Klan, because you're doing their work. See? Some of y'all understand that when y'all get about 30-something years old and figure out how this whole shit pan out. It don't pan out the way you think it do. I used to think that too. I used to think it pan out just the way I think it do. We used to do all kinds of stupid shit. Like I said, before I even got in the music industry, I was in the fucking streets. I got fucking articles that prove that. You can look them up. They're archived. I put them up before. I made the front page 2 times. But that shit is no